Moving right along, our next speaker is Ashley Fan, who is the founder and CEO of We Are One, a grassroots anti-human trafficking nonprofit organization. Ashley's innovative mission works to identify and prevent sex and labor trafficking. Her organization serves over 350 survivors through the state of Connecticut. Ashley graduated from Fairfield University in 2022 with a degree in humanities and was the recipient of the Fairfield University Award for Academic Excellence. In 2023, Shore Publishing awarded Ashley with the coveted Beacon Award for her activism supporting Asian human trafficking victims through the state of Connecticut. Ashley also serves as a board member of the Connecticut chapter of the United Nations Association and is an active member of the Lions Club International. Ashley is Survivor Voices Award endorsed by North Branford Police, Lions Club International, and the United Nations Association. I'm proud to introduce human rights activist and child trafficking survivor Ashley Fan to the West Hartford stage.
Thank you. I'd like to dedicate this speech to my wonderful daughter, Addie. Freedom from fear and want has been proclaimed as the highest aspiration of the common people. Less than 2 years ago, I stood before a West Hartford audience and I shared a tiny piece of my survivor story for the very first time. And in that speech, I expressed a deep fear of law enforcement. But I left out a key ingredient that fueled my fear throughout my entire life. I was taught that fear. It was embedded in my brain from a very young age. What people don't know about minority survivors like myself is that we are taught to fear heroes in blue. We are taught by our abusers, by our exploiters, by our traffickers, to fear the faces of human heroes. We are taught to fear the faces of freedom. Our abusers teach us to fear the only humans who can truly set us free, law enforcement. And since that speech, I experienced, with my fellow minority survivors, that same fear that I had felt throughout my life. I saw their fearful eyes mirror mine as I took them across the state of Connecticut to report their abuse to law enforcement. And it was in these human moments that I learned to let go of my fear. It wasn't mine after all. It was not created by me. So for my fellow survivors in their time of need, I let my guard down. I let my fear go. And letting go of that fake fear allowed me to see the human heroes in blue. I saw the detective from East Haven fight for domestic violence services for my victim in crisis. I saw the detective from Branford ensure the safety of my client struggling with mental health issues and domestic abuse at the same exact time. I waited as a Tallinn state trooper drove in the middle of the night to a remote location to take a report of suspected child trafficking. It is these hidden heroes in blue who I now trust with my life. But they aren't hidden. They're everywhere. So I proudly stand before you today free from fear, because it wasn't mine to begin with. It was a manufactured, manipulated, and contrived emotion. It was fake, fueled by those who fed my fear to further deny my inherent human rights. So in honor of the 76th anniversary of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, I want to take a moment to thank my strong law enforcement collaborators, mentors, and supporters near and far. Thank you for supporting, encouraging, and seeking justice for my fellow minority survivors. And thank you, law enforcement, for showing me that you fight for our human rights. You fight for the freedom of the common people. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ashley. I'd like to invite the members of the Human Rights Commission that would like to participate in the Universal